What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Independent Experience. I'm IndyXP Bullion, and this is your morning market wake-up call for Thursday, October 15th, 2020. Let's go ahead and take a look at the markets and see where we're starting today off at. Gold is back down under $1,900, but just slightly. It's currently at $18.9935. Silver took a pretty big loss overnight, but we are starting to see some recovery there. It's closing in on $24, currently at $23.96, giving us a ratio of 79.27. Platinum is steady, currently at $862.50, and palladium has lost a little bit of ground, but it's still above 2,400 at $2403.52. In other precious metals, rhodium is steady at 12,800. Copper is down a few cents at 303. Nickel is at 6.94. Aluminum is down a penny at 82 cents. Zinc is at $1.09, and lead is at 80 cents. Barrels of crude oil took a nasty hit yesterday. It's down under $40 at $39.87, and we did see losses across Wall Street yesterday as well. The Dow was down 165 points at 28,514 even. The Nasdaq was down 95 points at 11,768.73, and the S&P 500 was down 23 points at 34,88.67. The U.S. dollar index has seen a little bit of a recovery here in the last 24 hours. It is up about a third of a point at 93.74. If you guys trade in Bitcoin, those are steady. We haven't seen much movement on those over the last 24 hours. Currently at 11,323. And if you happen to exchange the Utah gold back, either the Utah or exchange the gold back, either the Utah or the Nevadan, there we go. Those are exchanging at $3.20. I do expect those to take a few pennies of loss once that market opens. Give me just a second. It's been several long days in a row, and I am feeling the effects. Managed to get in about 7 hours of sleep last night, and gonna need that go-go juice to keep me going today. That is for sure. In today's video, unfortunately, we are looking at a tragic story. This comes to us from Reuters, a story out of Mozambique. At least 16 artisanal miners drown in flooded mining field in Mozambique. At least 16 gold miners drowned on Monday in northern Mozambique after heavy rains flooded a mining field where they were working, a local television station reported on Thursday, while more remained missing. Citing local and disaster management officials, Myanmar reported 24 deaths overall in the storms, which began at the weekend and lashed central and northern Mozambique with heavy rains, thunder, and hail. Farouk Sattar, a district head in the northern province of Nampula, told the TV station on Wednesday that the miners had drowned after water surged down a normally dry riverbed, flooding the nearby mining field. 13 bodies were recovered but Myanmar said on Thursday rescuers had since found another 3, taking the death toll to 16, with dozens more still unaccounted for. It said further that 8 people had died earlier in the week in the central province of Manica. Mozambique's National Institute of Disaster Management said that 1,194 families had been affected by the storms, which had also destroyed homes in Manica alone, with almost a half of those in need of food and other assistance. So there we go. I'm sure you could consider this a mining disaster. A lot of times when we talk about mining disasters or think about mining disasters, we think, guys underground, a cave collapses, there's an explosion, toxic gases leak in. we don't normally think about guys just out in the open. This was a flash flood that killed 16 gold miners. When I was reading the story in preparation for today's video, I kind of started thinking, it's like, we have all this gold and silver, but we never really think about the human toll that goes into finding these precious metals and pulling them out of the ground. So it's a little bit sobering, and I'm not here to start your day off with a morbid or somber story, but I think it's important that we think about things like this. Now, I don't think that these are blood diamond type scenarios that these guys are in, and the mining industry, especially with gold and silver, because of how regulated and industrialized the needs are for gold and silver. I don't feel like that there's a lot of that happens. They use the word artisanal miners, which lead me to believe these weren't guys that were being paid to go out there and mine. I think they're going out there and finding them on their own and selling the gold. So these are guys that just salt of the earth guys that are looking for gold that they can support their families with. So it's unfortunate and tragic, but I think it does stand to be looked at and examined, and kind of take a look at, think about where that stuff's actually coming from that we get to hold in our hands in here in America and in Canada and other areas. So guys, let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'd be anxious to hear what you have to say on this tragedy. So I do greatly appreciate every single one of you guys, though. And if you happen to appreciate Old Indy XP, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me right there. It helps me out immensely. If you happen to be new to the independent experience and you want to keep up to date on when all the latest and greatest content comes out, consider hitting that subscribe and jingle bell right there in the corner, bing bong, so you can stay notified of when that content comes out. Speaking of content, of course, we're going to pop the box up right here. This is going to be your gateway to the back catalog of information. Guys, you can go ahead and start clicking through that at your heart's content at the end of this video. Guys, I have been Indy XP Bullion from the Independent Experience, and I'm here again to remind you, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find your pockets heavy.